Hey everybody, this is Pamela, and today, oh wait.
And Kyle.
I might use that actually, but we'll try again.
Blooper reel, yes.
And I'm here by myself today.
Yeah.
Kyle couldn't come. He sent his twin
Dude's
twin
not
brother.
here.
Okay, let's try that one more time. Hey everybody, this is Pamela.
And Kyle.
And we are here to talk about what you do when you have kind of this double life. Do you have multiple skill sets that you're trying to navigate? How do you brand yourself? Maybe you work in corporate or you own a business and you have a passion on the side that you're pursuing. So we have a lot to tell you about that kind of topic today. Kyle, I know you have some experience with this from your career, as do I. Actually, I got a PM from somebody on Facebook just today about this very topic. So we will go into all of that, give you some tactics to help you along and navigate. And let's get started.
Cool. Mine wasn't really that strategic. I feel like what you're doing right now, you're much more methodical, much more strategic about things.
Trying to be.
Yeah, probably. And you're more mature. I was a lot younger. I was 26 when I first decided I'd been in IT long enough, and it all kind of happened circumstance as my career unfolded in front of me. I had moved to the UK, and they said, "Oh, you've been in IT. To get a work permit, you should stay in IT. It's a great growing opportunity." So I just stayed in IT. But I found out after a few years I was really miscast. I was good at it, but it wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't who I was. I was always looking at the jobs I was working on and the businesses I was working with, and thinking I'm more interested in how they generate leads, how they operate, how that client works, and more from a BA point of view, not for a specific project BA, but the more of the business analyst from
high-level business strategy.
Yeah. So I was always interested in that. A few years in, I decided, why fix things when I can create things? I can go into marketing, I can create websites, campaigns, help people generate leads, help them grow their business. Yeah. And so as that happened, it was it wasn't as strategic as well. I was young. I saw an opportunity to go to a startup. I jumped ship, did that, had a lot of fun, but I'm a learn the hard way kind of guy. I never oh yeah, let's open a book and study and prepare.
Yeah.
No, it's just kind of.
I think a lot of people do that though.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's very common. Yeah. So don't be afraid of it. I kind of want to just open that up and share my situation. I can't say every day looking back was easy or the best, but in the big picture, it's definitely been the right thing for me. And when I see people who are in a rat race or climbing the ladder and burned out and tired, I love to share my story and try and inspire them to jump out on their own and do the same.
Yeah.
So tell us more about yours.
So my story is similar and different. So I also started in IT, and I still do some IT work.
Common thread here.
Well, yeah, I think that's a common thread for a lot of us because we have to make a living. So I enjoyed IT when I first got in it. I taught myself to program. I did a lot of project management, web development work. Actually, I started in graphic design a long time ago. And I enjoyed those things. I enjoyed learning about technology and building things and et cetera. So it wasn't necessarily a miscast at first, but as I grew up and as I matured and changed, my interests changed. So I got more into acting, so I'm an actress now, and I also took an interest in marketing, especially since I actually met you, but I've always kind of had an interest in that anyway. I love doing on-camera work. I do a lot of film work, theater, so my interests have gone another way completely, but I'm not making a living right now as an actress, a full-time living, I should say, as an actress. Not yet. I do get paid for most of my acting work. I still do some non-paid work, but it's a mix, so I cannot rely on that at this time in my life for a good living or really any living at all. So I still do IT work, and so what we're dealing with here is we've both got these kind of dual personalities or sets of experience, and you not so much, I think you've gone through this process already, but I am in the middle of figuring out how to brand myself to the world. I want to get cast in films, I want to go on auditions, and so I have to have a certain segment of the population know about my acting work and see me as an actress. I also want to get gigs to support myself and pay my rent and buy groceries. So I have to have another segment of the population think of me as a BA. And actually, I just got a PM. So last night I put out like kind of a call to action to everybody, and I'll link to it below. So please watch that short video. It's less than 2 minutes. It's like a minute and a half.
It has a puppy in it, so.
And it has a puppy and my puppy in it.
Everybody loves puppies online.
Yeah. She's very cute. She insisted on sitting on my lap. It was not a gimmick, actually. She wouldn't leave me alone until she was on my lap. So she's in the video. So I just put out this call to action for people to tell me if they are in this situation, what you struggle with, what your questions are, what your tips are, things that have worked for you. And I got a PM in response to that last night from a guy who has been a programmer for a long time, and now he's a lawyer, and he does both. He juggles both. He wants to be a lawyer. He's got cases. But he's a specific kind of lawyer, so he doesn't have a full caseload, but he still needs to make enough money. So he still does programming on the side, and he wrote to me and he said, this is a struggle for me. I'm going to throw it back to you. What has worked for you, or maybe what didn't work for you? What not to do?
I think for me, looking back, I can say know what you're doing going into it and that you're going to change, so that you can let the people around you know that you're going through this transformation. The sooner I could have acknowledged it for myself, the sooner I could have, I don't want to say warned other people, but let them know that I'm doing it. I mean, I made some pretty radical changes, and it wasn't necessarily fair to some of my business partners, where I turned around one day and just said, I'm exiting the business. I have to make a life change. You know, we're going to do it within the next 12 months. And I spent 6 months in the US and 6 months in the UK. And it wasn't fair to them. It wasn't fair to me. But it was for the right reasons, and I don't have any regrets. I probably have some apologies to make on a 12-step program or something to the people I've hurt. I'm sorry. But if the sooner you can acknowledge that you are doing this, like you have, or that you're considering it, the sooner you can take a real solid footstep in the right direction, which is better for everybody. So kind of be aware of your surroundings and don't just stumble through it like an idiot like I did. I was kind of clumsy.
One thing I've always been very upfront about, almost really to my detriment sometimes, is my schedule. I want a flexible schedule. And I want to work so many hours per week, and those aren't huge demands in the face of things. I'm willing to negotiate on salary or hourly rate in order to get what I want out of it, and that is a flexible schedule where I can go to auditions, or I can spend 5 hours driving out of town to shoot something, come back, whatever. It's just important to me. It's important to me. It's not something I'm going to compromise on. So I'm very upfront. I don't present it like do this or else, but I do make that apparent, and I'm very transparent about it. Has it cost me jobs? Yep, it has. I know it has. I've been told it has. But the jobs that I do get, the gigs that I do get, people know exactly what to expect from me. They know they're going to get fantastic work. I keep up the quality of my work. But they also know that when I need to go, and I'm going to be back. And I'm always very upfront about when I'm coming and going, too. So communication, I think, is a big thing here. What other tactics?
That's good.
I have one.
Yeah.
If you want to keep thinking.
No, I'm going to keep thinking.
Okay.
I didn't know I was getting another question.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're just trying to give more tactics for people to kind of latch onto. So another one of mine, I was telling Kyle this before we started filming, online, I brand myself 2 different ways. And so far it has worked. You're the branding expert, and we're going to see. This is kind of an experiment in progress. But I have a presence online where I put out articles about business analysis and, like website. I did have a website. I may start it up again. But anything that I have online, Twitter, website, articles around business analysis, I don't attach my name to it necessarily. People can reach me. They can email me. It's going to be like an info@email. If they email me, it'll go to my email and I will respond to them. If I'm talking to people in person about getting a consulting gig, I do refer them to that website. So it's not a big secret that it's my website. Obviously, I want people to know ultimately that this is my body of work that I put out around business analysis. But I don't brand it as me. I brand it as whatever the name of the site was. And it worked out well for me that my name wasn't attached to it, because if somebody Googles me and they see all this acting stuff, which they will, and then they see all this BA, Streetwise BA stuff, it's going to be confusing. So I attach my name to my acting things, to my show Call Time Atlanta, obviously to this. I consider Mammoth TV a part of my body of work when it comes to being on camera. So my face and name are all over these things because it's my body of on-camera work. Whereas BA is a whole different animal. I don't want people to find that and see me unless I'm handing it to them. So that's my tactic.
I haven't thought about Google pseudonyms.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a whole other topic. We can cover personal branding.
I haven't done that. I have not had a pseudonym. But on LinkedIn, I have everything. It is kind of confusing, but then again, it also brings me interest from people who find my background interesting. So you're never going to please everybody. You're just not. But you should strategically brand yourself according to what you're doing and where you want to make your most money.
I don't really have that many other tactics or things to discuss right now. I think we can package that later in the workshop.
Okay.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Did I just leak that?
Secrets out. Kyle and I are putting on a workshop in early to mid-May. We are locking down dates and a location right now. We actually have a good lead on a location, maybe more than one. So we are going to announce that as soon as we have the details finalized. It will be a workshop on this topic. So how do you brand yourself in person? How do you brand yourself online when you have this multiple personality thing going?
Yeah.
And we're going to delve into more tactics than we've talked about here today. I think we've kind of,
we scraped the surface.
Yeah, we scraped the surface. We gave you a little to think about, but we're going to go really in depth. It's going to be a 4-hour workshop. So we're going to go in depth about these topics. We are also going to cover fear and where that fear comes from. Fear of going from the thing that's been supporting you and the safety zone that's been supporting you to that more risky creative passion or new business. So we're going to cover where that fear comes from and how to deal with it. And not just from a philosophical perspective. We're going to deal with, what do I do in the moment that I'm facing that fear, or what do I do day to day to get by and get over that fear? So it's going to be really hands-on. There's going to be philosophy, but there's also going to be hands-on. It's going to be great.
Yeah, interactive. And we're looking for people who are mid to upper career, looking to make a switch. You're senior, you're established. This isn't, I'm straight out of school and I haven't figured out anything about what I wanted to do yet.
Yeah.
This is more for that mid-career. I've done some stuff. I'm not sure this is where I should be, or where I ever intended to be, or I've gone down this road far enough to now know that this isn't where I want to be.
Right.
And how do you make that change?
Or you could just be, so there's somebody who is going to be attending the workshop. He has pre-registered, so you can pre-register. And he is in IT, and he's happy with his career path, but he's well established in his career. And so throughout his career, he has picked up different bodies of skill sets. So now he's like, I love my job, but how do I present myself to the world right now? Because I've got so many diverse things going.
And even senior people who have almost finished their careers, but they're not ready to retire.
Yeah.
And they've got something they've always been passionate about, and they're thinking, wow, I've just done 20, 25 years with this one company, and everybody's talking about 2-year, 3-year career, stints and changing themselves every few years and never staying in a job too long. This might be the right thing for you as well.
Exactly. So we hope to see you there. We're going to link all the information when we have the details finalized. We'll do another short video just telling you all about it, and we hope you can make it. Hope you have found this video to be helpful. Please like, please share, please comment. I want to hear your comments, whether you like this video, you hate it. I hope you don't hate it, but if you do, let me know. We'll see you soon.
See you then. Bye.